In this bonus episode of Fictional Hangover, we talk about cat spit, putting your unicorn horn in awkward places, hand-stitched embroidery, not floral appliques, and not being garbage people in our chat with PC Cast and Kristin Cast, authors of Spells Trouble. Hey everybody, welcome to Fictional Hangover, a podcast about young adult and new adult books, series, authors, and voice actors that is full of spoilers. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Claire.
Today, we're going to talk to our favorites, PC Cast and Kristin Cast, about their latest release, Spells Trouble. Enjoy! Damn it!
Before we join.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's either nudity or bodily functions with us. There's no in between.
That's why we love you guys.
Totally normal. Everything is fine. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you guys have been on the show before, so you know that we'll start out with Would You Rather, and we'll be super excited that it's time for Would You Rather, and then we'll say that you're both here, and then I'll probably squee in a super high-pitched fashion. So get ready for that. But then after we do Would You Rather, then we'll talk other stuff. Are you ready?
Headphone warning.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay, yes, end disclaimer of me squeeing. Oh, it's all the time. It's all the time. Okay.
Okay.
So, is it time?
It's time. It's very much time. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Yay, I'm so excited for Would You Rather today because, hold in the squeeze me, we are very excited to be joined by PC Cast and Kristin Cast again. We love them so much and I have to squeeze. I'm sorry, I can't hold it anymore.
I could physically see you holding it back.
I know, like I had to back away. It's too much. It's too much for me right now.
Yay, we're happy to be here again.
Yay, we're so happy.
Yes.
So happy that you guys joined us again. I love that I'm like, hey, do you want to be on Fictional Hangover? And you're like, of course I do. And it makes me really
I think
happy.
we're starting to get a reputation. It's lovely.
Hopefully it's a good reputation and not a terrible reputation.
We will never tell.
Thanks. Oh my gosh.
It'll end up on a t-shirt regardless.
It probably will. We love making a good terrible t-shirt.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Yes. So good. Oh, okay. So, I think I've calmed down enough, maybe, for right now. So, what is our first Would You Rather question?
We're ready.
Would you rather be a cat that can turn into a person or a mythical creature wearing a skin suit? And I don't want to influence your decisions too much, but on Facebook, 57% of people want to be a cat person and 43% people want skin suit. Instagram, 88% people are cat people, 12% skin suit. And on Twitter, 69% of people are a cat person, only 31% are a skin suit. And on TikTok, 100% of TikTok wants to be a cat person.
That doesn't surprise
Cats.
me.
Wait, what was
the
the
world.
first one with like the 40% of people who wanted to be a skin suit?
That was on Facebook.
Yeah.
Where was
That
that
was
at?
Facebook.
On Facebook.
I don't need to go there anymore. Stay off of Facebook. Which I feel like that just might, I mean, I would be a cat person. A skin suit, no, that's
Gross.
That's
man.
too much.
No, I'd be a cat person too. I'd love to be a cat person, actually. It would be a lot of fun. I like it when I'm writing Xena and I like to do the whole where she licks her hand and then wants to spit on one of her friends or something. And she's like, what? What?
It's normal.
I like it. Yeah.
That's what we were just saying.
Oh, I love when they shout about her, like, she's gonna lick her foot. Oh, So good.
What kind of cat would you be if you were a cat person?
Oh, I want to be Xena's a Maine Coon. I'd definitely be a Maine Coon. All that beautiful hair and the ear tufts, man, that fur is everywhere. You have those floofy toes too. Yeah.
Would you lick your foot?
What is the kind of cat? Oh.
I might lick my foot. I might. I don't know. It depends on what I was stepping in, but I don't know. I definitely would lick my hand as a person and then chase Kristin around with it. It'd be fantastic.
Oh my God. Horrifying.
Kristin, you need your hair smoothed.
Come here, hold
You
still,
need
Kristin.
your hair. It's important.
No.
Mama will get it. It's okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, that is such a mother thing to do as well. Just, yeah, mum spit. Everyone loves mum spit.
Gross.
I just wrote this part. I just wrote in this Kristin and I are working on Hex You. Oops, I'm sorry. Someone was beaming into my house. Kristin and I are working on Hex You, and last night I just wrote this part where Xena is going towards Mercy again, and she's like licking her hand, and because Mercy has some smudge on her face, and Mercy was like, "Stop! You've got to stop putting your cat spit on me, and don't do that." And she's like, "You don't mind it when I'm a cat." And she goes, and Mercy says, "You're not a cat right now." And Xena says, "I'm always a cat." So
Xena's such a classy cat.
She is.
Yes.
Does she have the the rough tongue as a human? Like she does like a cat tongue. You know, they have the rough.
Oh my God, gross. Oh.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
She's got a human tongue when she's in human form. It's good to know.
Hey, we need to get the particulars. We need to understand the particulars. It's important for all future cosplays.
It is. It is very important.
That's true.
No, you don't have to put a cat tongue on over your tongue. Okay, it's fine.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad. Like, we have permission now to have human tongues. It's good.
Human tongue, cat teeth.
I almost put fangs in, but I decided against it.
Yeah, no.
So, do we have any?
like
do we have any good comments from social media that we need to share?
Just about to say, I like the comments that we've got on social media. Miss Rebel Ray on Twitter said, "I'd rather be a cat that turns into a person like Xena. No, thank you to the whole skin suit thing." Emoji.
Right?
Yeah, with her or them. I don't know. Yes, no. Oh my God, that terrifies me. It reminds me of I almost said Mission Impossible, and that's not right. Men in
yes,
Black,
that's exactly what I thought.
The giant cockroach bug guy.
Thank you.
And then he gets into that skin suit, and it's like loose on his body, and he like, oh my God, no, I can't.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
I love that. I love that that's where your mind went, because that is immediately what I thought. Like, it's Vincent D'Onofrio shambling around with loose, floppy skin.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good. I'm glad
Job
we can have
done.
that
We all got that
nightmare
image. Perfect.
Okay, another comment.
Okay.
This one is from Bree Tart on Instagram. She says, "Cat that can turn into a person. Transformation seems much more comfortable than squeezing into an elastic, fleshy, sausage-like casing."
Ew.
That is
Gross. Oh my God.
Gross.
Oh.
that is descriptive.
Oh my God.
You
that
can
is.
hear the squelch as well, can't you?
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh. It'd be moist too. Moist. Ugh.
Yeah, it would be.
No, thank you.
Kev on Instagram's also going to be a cat person. He says, "A cat person, I bet skin you wear would give major wedgies when you sit down." That's a man
Oh
with
my God.
priorities.
Oh.
Unless they had a really big butt, and then it would just be like saggy cheeks.
Mm.
Ew.
Imagine like saggy skin and tights, like in pantyhose. Just wouldn't work.
No, and you have like a saggy, drippy crotch area. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Nothing
No.
would. It would just all kind of like sag down and.
Drippy crotch.
Yeah, no, gross.
Oh, our last comment that we pulled from social media is from Coral on Facebook, who says, "Sweet and sassy Catwoman, definitely little kittens. She doesn't take any crap."
That's probably Coral Garcia. Okay.
It is.
Yep.
It is.
One of our street team members. That sounds like Coral. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We love Coral.
Coral's one of our super friends as well. She's amazing.
So, Claire, are you going to be a cat person? I mean,
Yeah,
Sam and Kristen are
I think
also
it's.
cat people, so.
Yeah. I mean, there's no point asking. You. I knew that one. Yeah, I'll probably be a cat person as well. If the skin suit's just not appealing, I can imagine it getting a bit stinky after a while as well. Do you remember when you have? Did you have to wear swimming caps you had to talc them up? When I was at school, you did swimming at school. You had to wear a swimming cap, and you had to put so much talc in them that you basically antiqued your head. And then when you snapped it closed, this puff of talc used to come out. And I can kind of imagine putting a skin suit. You'd have to talc it up, and it'd be like trying to get a wetsuit on as well. I just don't think it'd be comfortable.
I don't even. No.
I've been thinking about this a lot.
Yeah.
No, it's terrible. As much as I want to be a cat person, I kind of think that it would be cool to be a mythical creature. Shoved inside of a skin suit. Yeah, whatever, fine. But, like, what kind of creature could you be? You could be anything shoved inside a sausage casing.
Oh.
It could be cool. Except for the
Skin suit.
saggy crotch and wedgies.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Exactly.
But what if you were a unicorn? You could be a unicorn. I'm just saying.
You could be a unicorn, but good luck getting a skin suit to fit.
Yeah.
It depends on where the horn goes. Sorry. It's okay. It's okay that I'm inappropriate. It's fine. It's fine, me. Just go with it. Okay, next question.
Yeah, let's move on.
Would you rather have Xena's hair or Mercy's clothes?
Xena's hair. You can get clothes, okay? Hair that's different. I would love to have Xena's hair. I am trying to have Xena's hair, okay? Some big poof of just craziness. Yeah, I want Xena's hair. Although I also want Mercy's clothes, but I'll have Xena's hair, then go buy Mercy's clothes.
Yeah, I would rather have Xena's hair too, but I don't like Mercy's clothes, so that's
I like Mercy.
Why?
And Mercy wears stuff that my teenage self would have really liked. So that's why.
I don't much care for like floral appliques.
They're not appliques, Kristen Francis. She's embroidering with her little fingers, her own little hands. There's no
I feel like
there's no appliques.
No. Tomato, tomato.
And fringe. And there's lots of fringe too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I'm okay without that. Like, what if it gets caught in something?
Oh my God.
What if it gets caught in your skin suit?
Right? There are just so many problems that could arise. I totally Xena's hair.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've had Xena's hair before, and then I just chopped it off for ease. Like, uncontrollable masses, long, everywhere. Yeah. This is calm.
See, that's what I'm into right now. Look, do you see all of this?
Mm-hmm.
I can do it. Even though I added lots of extensions to be Xena. This was the base, and it got real big. So I think I'm just gonna keep expanding it. Add more in, just get bigger.
I cannot wait to see your Xena cosplay. Okay, I can't wait.
I've seen it.
Have you seen it? I can't wait.
I might have made a video that's almost 3 minutes long of me doing cat stuff. So,
I know I watched the entire thing.
I enjoyed it. Okay. But Kristin, I think I agree with you. I don't like the hand stitched embroidery. I'm not a fan of that.
You can
I like
appreciate
to be
craftsmanship. The craftsmanship, you can appreciate that. It's not for everyone. No, I get it.
Right. I will appreciate it, on Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll dress plain like Hunter. That's fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't want
Hunter's style's more accessible, I think.
Yeah. It's from Target.
Yes.
So
Well, there you go. Accessible.
Definitely. It definitely is. What's our next question?
Would you rather be a cosmic witch, a green witch, or a kitchen witch?
Oh, I am a green witch, so that's easy. Green witch.
There we go.
And I wrote Hunter, and Hunter's a cosmic witch, and that's like, if I was a witch, that's my jam. Like, I chose that on purpose because I was like, ooh, this is amazing. I love this. So yes, cosmic.
I can see that.
What about you guys?
Well, Amanda, do you know?
I think definitely a green witch. I'm super excited to get out of Seattle, move back to Arkansas so I can have a garden and just be surrounded by green again, even though it is very beautiful here, but I'm excited to be in that again. I need my tomato plants, okay? It's important.
I have tons right now. So Kristin's garden is magnificent, may I just say. Okay. It is magnificent.
I'm really good at gardening, and which I feel like is odd that I wouldn't want to be a green witch because I'm like studying horticulture and like super obsessed with plants and everything. But I don't know. It just like does that part. I feel like I want to do it myself, and it would almost be cheating.
Oh,
that's
a good point. Yeah.
And I'm fine with
it. Would take the fun out of it for me, I think. Like the getting your hands dirty and all that kind of stuff. If I could just like walk outside and be like, boom, tomato plant flourishing.
Greater sense of satisfaction.
What about you, Claire?
Kitchen witch, I think. Like instinctively,
kitchen witch and green witch
it was
go very
kitchen
close
witch
together.
Yeah, I love being in the kitchen anyway, and I love concocting things, and the idea of like almost like potion mastery as well is a bit more interesting. I'm not the greatest green witch. Like, I have this week planted a full garden. I have literally dug an entire ton of soil by myself, put on a garden, and I didn't break my back. That was fun. So I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit more into the plants and nature, and especially my son loves nature, so I'm encouraged by him. But I think, give me my kitchen, give me my pots, give me my pans. I want a cauldron. The dream is to have a cauldron. And so, yeah.
It's
the green witch can feed my kitchen witch.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll grow you veggies.
Thank
I'll
you.
do it.
I always, when thinking about these type of questions, I always think you have to go with your gut and your instinct says, because that's where it lies, and not put too much thought into it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, next question. This one's a little bit tricky. Would you rather choose a god instead of a goddess, even though that's not ever done, or use blood magic, even though that's not ever done?
Oh, God.
I mean, blood magic for
Blood
sure.
magic for sure for me too. Mm-hmm. You guys
Me
too? Yeah.
Me too, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Blood magic always kind of, it has like a bad guy connotation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm always the bad guy, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why because it's like very villain-y. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. And it doesn't have to be.
Well, I'm just
like,
not giving up my goddess. I won't give up my goddesses. So blood magic it is for me.
and it's the way you use the magic, like the purpose, like the intent, not necessarily the craft itself.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
hmm that's very true.
Yeah. What's a bit of blood?
Eh, fine.
I mean, I'm gonna be evil no matter what, so
I know, right? Just lean into the evil of it.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, just make my evil more powerful.
Evil.
That's what I need to do.
I thought that one was going to be a harder decision than actually it was.
Yeah, but
No, it's super easy.
What about
Okay,
our
last question then. Would you rather be Sarah good or Abigail good? See, the thing is, though, we were talking about this earlier. We don't know a lot about Sarah Good or Abigail Good, apart from the tiny little snippets that you gifted us in the book. And, you know, side note, we want more. Please feel free to write their stories. So you might know a little bit more and have a bit more insight into Sarah and Abigail, which will inform your decision.
Oh, I'm thinking Sarah, and we use the E. It's good E. Abigail didn't get very long in this lifetime, and Sarah had a nice long life, and she got to create this cool place and all this kind of stuff. I think that especially once she left Salem, I would want to be Sarah versus Abigail. Although Abigail had
Yeah, unless we're in like oldie English times, I don't want to live
in the 1600s.
in
Yeah.
that time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that sounds gross. So I would take Abigail because, like, toilet.
Yeah. There's a lot can be said
Yeah.
about plumbing.
There's a lot. Yeah, that's true.
because toilets is my new favorite answer for everything.
Just toilets and tampons. Those toilets, tampons, and like antibiotics. Yeah, but still,
really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take. I'll take Sarah though. I'll take Sarah. I'll just deal with it. I pooped in the woods. Okay, so
So it's fine.
We've had a lot of conversations this week about pee, so
We
yeah,
have.
that's
We really have.
that is not surprising.
I think.
What about
I
you,
think-
Amanda?
I want to pick Abigail, even though we didn't get to see her very much. Just the awkwardness of talking clitorises with your daughters and penises and like, hey guys, it's totally fine. Let's talk about your clitoris today. That's what I'm up for.
Mhm.
Give me all the awkward conversations. Love them.
Yeah,
I love to make people feel awkward, and let's do it.
if you can't scar your child through talks of penises and clitorises, are you parenting right? I can't
Right.
wait for mine to get out
That-
enough. I want to be Abigail as well, because even though, like what you said, she doesn't have a long life, while Sarah... Could Sarah have had a long life back in the days of no penicillin? 30 might have been old for her. But I can imagine Abigail having, like, Abigail Goody, the college years, being an absolute riot. So I think
Oh
she
my
would
God,
be
I'm
like
sure
all
that she
over the
would.
place.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Braless and fancy free. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
We kind of figured she'd
Yeah, I'm on board
probably
for that
be
too.
like an 80s, 90s girl as well. Based if it's
Yeah.
based now, then she probably would, and that's like my eras. I'm all over those eras, so I'm like, yes, I need Abigail Goody, the
Right?
college
Yeah, me
years,
too.
Yeah.
with the crimped hair.
Yeah, we definitely need those stories.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just pointed look.
And that'd be fun to tell too. Yeah, it's true.
Oh, that's the end. That's the end of Would You Rather. That was the last question. It was awesome.
Yay.
I feel like we were like really on the same page for a lot of these things.
True.
Also awkward on purpose, which was really good. It's great. I love it. So now we have some other non-would you rather questions, and of course we're probably going to be all over the place, but we do have a couple that we actually might want to try to work into a conversation. And we actually got some from listeners this time because, like we've said before, a lot of our listeners came to us when we covered House of Night, and that's where all of our super fans came from, and it's because of you guys. So we thought they should get to ask you some questions too. So we have a question from Drew, who wants to know what it was like to work together on another YA series after House of Night.
Well, the working together on Sisters of Salem is a lot different than House of Night, because I did all the writing in House of Night, and then Kristin was my editor. And with Spells Trouble, Hex You, and Spells Trouble, Omen's Bite, and Hex You, those are the 3 titles. Kristin and I are literal co-authors. She writes about half of it, and I write about half of it. So that's a difference. That's a big change. We changed how we brainstorm together for this. We do in-depth chapter by chapter outlines. And so that's a lot different than how we worked on House of Night, because Kristin didn't even see, for the original series, Kristin didn't want, her process then was she didn't want to know what I was writing. She wanted to read it cold after I was finished. But for the Otherworld books, she was more involved in brainstorming. And she also had a heavier editorial hand in those books too.
Right.
Which one did you like better, Kristin?
What do you mean?
Do you like editing or do you like co-authoring better?
I like co-authoring better, but co-authoring contains editing, and that's my favorite part. So I like I like creating my own characters, but then I get to edit them, so I get to also do the part that I like the most, which is the editing. So writing them / editing them, my baby.
Is it difficult when it's your part and you're writing the other person's character, trying to get them to sound right, to be right, and react right? Or is that what you've already brainstormed it, so you already know that's gonna how it's pan out?
Actually, for me, it's really freeing, because I know that Kristin is going to come along after me, and like I write Mercy's point of view. So if Mercy is the lead in a chapter, I'm writing her. In many of the chapters, Hunter's in them as well, and Hunter's talking. And I just imagine what I think Hunter's going to say, but know that Kristin's going to get it right when she reads through it. Then she'll just change, and it's the same thing when we switch. And
yeah, I just don't even worry about what I think Mercy would say. I think we both try to give a blueprint of how we want them to act for the rest of what we've written. But I just am Mercy's like, oh no, even though she would say something, she definitely wouldn't. She's like, oh no, that's not good. But that's what I write.
Yeah, Mercy likes to think that she's kind of British. So
yeah. One of my favorite quotes was, "You're not British."
I know.
Thank you for putting that in, by the way. Thank you for putting that in, because I literally just the week before had a conversation with someone about an American using Britishisms, and it wasn't explained, and nobody called them. I was like, yeah, that, as a Brit, that irritates me. You've got to say wanker and bloody hell in a particular way, otherwise it just doesn't sound right.
That made me happy. So listener Coral, who we all know and love, asks, what were some inspirations for your characters, and will you include any more of your animals in future stories?
Oh God, of course. Yeah, I have a adult feminist apocalypse duology that's going to start releasing next year. And I wrote in I used to have, she's frolicking in the other world right now with some of my other fur babies, but I used to have a blue nose pit bull named Khaleesi, and she's in that in that series. So yeah, of course. Xena was, of course, really Xena. Xena is, I mean, like, I try to get like her entire personality, even her weird little mannerisms and stuff. So Xena's Xena. Mercy, whenever I wonder what Mercy would say or do, embarrassingly enough, I made her kind of me when I was 16-ish. And yeah, yes, embarrassing.
Yeah, Hunter is a lot like me, and so I inspired my own character.
Yeah, we talked about it. When we created them, both of us said that we're just going to create, in this particular series, we were just going to create our teenage characters. We're just going to basically be versions of us.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Especially.
And the rest of the characters in this book, the main, like Jax and Emily, they're really just who like Jax is Hunter's best friend and Emily is Mercy's best friend, but they're all friends. And like Jax is just who Hunter needs him to be so that he can bring out the best version of her. He's not, that's how he started. So he wasn't really a fully formed character until Hunter was a fully formed character, because I didn't know who she needed to support her. So he wasn't he wasn't inspired by anybody. He just is like I don't know what that's called. I'm sure there's a writing term for it. He's one of those.
Writing term. Yeah, Emily.
Pure inspiration from the book. I love Jackson Emily.
Yeah, Emily is kind of the same thing. But she's kind of a mixture of a few of my high school friends, but not directly any of them. Basically the same thing as Kristin. It's like she got further developed as Mercy got further developed.
They were both really great characters. We talked in our discussion about how much we like both of them. And just gotta say, Jax coming in swinging and punching Kirk.
Yeah.
The best moment. Punch that guy in the
right?
face because he's awful.
That's awful. What a douchebag. Yeah.
Oh,
Spend the entire book just waiting for like the douchebagness to be revealed, and then
yeah. It gets even worse. Even worse in book 2.
No!
Oh,
I'm so excited.
Oh, no.
That makes me really happy, because we were also talking about how we hope something like just terrible happens, because we love that in stories. So thanks for
you're welcome. Horrible things happen in book 2. Yes.
Good.
Yay. We're looking forward to it.
Well, when we had our discussion, we kind of said how well you thought you create that found family as well. So the fact that, Jax and Emily had to almost find the feet as you were creating the characters meant that you found the characters, you've created such a nice little group, and you do that so well. Like within the House of Night series, you make the found family so engaging. It's a wonderful story to read, and very inspiring for people, knowing that it's acceptable to have a found family and not just biology.
Yeah, Kristin and I, we both of us think that that's very important, because and it's important for kids to know it, for teenagers to understand, especially if you have these horrible parents and you're like, what in the hell am I going to do for the rest of my life? But know that you can choose your family, and your family then is magnificent. And it's just like an accident of birth, what happens with your blood family. And we like reiterating that, especially for young people.
That was something that we really liked about House of Night too, because they find their family, and that's, what keeps everyone together. We also talked about how just wholesome you feel when you read your books. Like it's not too heavy, it's not too daunting, even though literal eyeball eating is happening. Like it's, you just feel good about it. So
Yeah, that's like a hallmark of commercial fiction, and like to be very technical about it. And it is like, that's totally our vibe. Together, we love writing contemporary paranormal fiction, and like also something that's very commercial. And the more commercial it is, the more sales teams for different stores will pick it up, the more people can read it. And we want to make sure our stories are read by the most people, because we love like reaching new audiences and hearing how people respond to what we have to say. And, you know, we have little soapbox moments in all of the books that we write. And we want to make sure that, you know, we're helping, like with this, genetics that doesn't mean that you have to let someone treat you a certain way just because you were born into their family. Like that is an important message that a lot of people will not hear. And so we want to make sure that is getting to everybody it possibly can be, which means that our books will have that kind of like wholesome, not heavy feeling, so that they're accessible to every single person who can pick them up.
Yeah. The speech Hunter gave about not being, you know, other, and, you know, stop judging from gender, and just respect me for who I am. I respect you for who you are. Beautiful. It was like, literally, I was listening to it at the table and I gave a standing ovation. It was just, yes, this is kind of stuff I need to hear and I want to hear. It was empowering, and it was just an awe-inspiring speech. I really, really enjoyed that piece.
Who did that?
You did that, Kristin. Didn't you do that?
I did. It sounded like a me thing. Was it Hunter?
Yeah, it's Hunter. Yep.
It's hard to. Sorry, when we write them, we've written them all like back to back, and when we write them together like that, everything gets smashed like as one thing. Yeah. And I'm just like, that sounds like me, because I'm biracial. I was raised by a white woman, obviously, and in a predominantly white area, and I've always felt like very other. And in all of the stories that I write, it's cathartic, and it helps me to voice that and express that in different ways, so that different types of humans can, you know, have that experience. So, like, thank you. That means a lot. I really appreciate that.
You're very welcome. It's just such a good. It can be. It's just going back to what Amanda was saying about the accessibility of your writing. Anybody who needs to hear those words can hear them and have it resonate and know they're not alone. And yeah, and it's just beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Next question.
Yes, our last listener question is from Constance, and she asked, what made you decide on the Cyclops for the first big bad? And will we see more gate guardians like Dragon Guy at the Egyptian gate?
Was that you, Phyllis? Did you want to do Cyclops? I wrote Cyclops, but I don't think that I picked Cyclops.
I know.
Right?
I think that it was a mutual brainstorming thing, that we wanted to begin with a big bad that most people would recognize.
Oh yeah.
And then we had the cool idea about eating the eyeballs.
And
that was
the eyeball eating
to Cyclops. Yeah. And yes, you're gonna see other monsters. You're gonna see other things come through, and you're gonna get more of Dragon Guy.
Good.
As well as the Egyptian underworld, which is like my favorite. Yeah.
Yes. By Bass Nipples, I'm excited to see that. God, I love this scene so much. Oh man. Okay, Claire, why don't you ask a question?
Oh, really? Okay, so this is something that we were talking about as well. I adore Sarah Goody and I adore Abigail Goody. Can we please have more? I've kind of justified it in saying you did novellas for House of Night. Is there any potential that in the future we could find out a little bit more about them, or within the next 2 books? Because there's so much there, and I am begging.
that all I would love to do. I think Kristin and I are on the same page with this, that we would love to do novellas, but that is completely up to sales and our publisher. Note that the novellas in House of Night didn't start coming out until like between the last 5 books. Mm-hmm. And so you have to attain a certain amount of success before your publisher says, hey, give me more little side books in that series. But I would love to. I wrote the chapter on Sarah, the opening chapter, and I would love to follow her story. She's very interesting to me. I would like to follow her story a lot. So yeah, if we were asked to, we definitely do it.
Are there ideas? Do I have what? Do you know Sarah's life? Do you already know Sarah's life?
I know some of Sarah's life. Yeah, yeah, some of it I do.
And that's different from what, like, the actual Sarah and Dorothy. I mean, they were actual people, so.
Well, Sarah Goody was hung.
Right. Yeah, that's the end of that story.
That's the end of that. I fictionalized that she escaped. So yeah, I kind of know. And then of course she goes west with a wagon train. I kind of know her story. Yeah, but that would be fun to tell. Chris and I have talked about that before, that would be really fun to tell.
I just want to know if she spits in anybody else's face, because that was awesome.
I'm sure she does.
Okay. Good. Thanks. Oh, okay. So the next question, I mean, we've spent too much time talking about this, like in our own discussion and like just in texting back and forth. But is this set in the same world as House of Night? And if it's not, can we force it to be because it needs to be, because it is?
Oh my God, no, it is not set in the House of Night world, although that cracks me up. Okay, I think that's very funny, but no. No, besides the fact that there are copyright issues that
you can't, you're like well, you're like, stealing your own story.
Yeah, stealing our own stuff. No, the people do not blend, they don't mix. We are going to find out by book 3 if there might be other witches that the Goody girls don't know about. We might have a little thing with that. But no, there's no House of Night crossover. My God.
Come on. Please, no. Emily is Emily. I'm sorry. I've already written the story. I've written my own fan fiction.
We named Emily after Kristin's friends. Right, Kristin?
Yeah. I don't even you're talking about the House in the Other World.
Oh, yeah.
No, she's got. Well, Emily is a black woman, and as in the House of Night, Emily is not a black woman. So that right there would tell me that they're two different people.
Just let me have my fan fiction, okay? That's all I'm saying.
And Emily of no name didn't she get caught on fire? We killed her, right? I killed her way back in like B3.
No, it's the House of the Other World.
Oh, House of the Other World.
Either way, either Emily. Those are no.
No.
Yeah, but Emily in the Freelam, Emily. I have 2 very good friends. One named Emily, and one's last name is Parrott, and so that's how she came into being.
That's how we named her.
Because I just named her after my friend.
Okay, fine.
Those crazy women, no.
It's just going to have to live in the world of fan fiction, Amanda. I mean, what the text messages you send is a very well developed story, like backstory. You're just going to have to flesh it out a little bit more and do it as fanfic.
It really just shows how obsessed I am in a totally heartfelt way, not in a creepy way at all.
Sure. No. Okay.
Come on, there's so much blood magic. Just let her get marked and let her become a vampire.
That's how we're about halfway through the 3rd book. That's it. She's marked, Kristin. She becomes a vampire at the end. There you go.
The end.
I just can't. Yeah, well, I mean, if we just wrap it up quickly, that would be it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
25 pages. The end.
And then she becomes a vampire.
See House of Night. Yeah.
Yes.
Referencing these books.
Yes. And then you just go back and forth reading them over and over and over again, and it's a never-ending cycle. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's fun. It's reasonable.
No.
I love the instant no. No. Shoot you down.
No.
No.
No. Dead eye stare. No, this is never happening.
Don't be too disappointed.
Fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll hold it in my heart and it will be okay. And we'll get through it.
Hold it in your heart like a butterfly. Mm-hmm.
I will. I'll be okay. So, where do you recommend people start if they're interested in learning more about the witchcraft used in Spells Trouble?
Well, the witchcraft used in Spells Trouble is kind of a mixture of my own craft and fiction, and with a little Wicca sprinkled in there. So there's really nowhere to go except Hex You and Omen's Bite, the two books afterwards. If you're interested in Wicca and you're a new practitioner, I would recommend Brian Langford's book, Wicca Demystified. That is awesome. And if you are a baby pagan and you'd like to know more kind of about beginning that path, Sue Monk Kids' Dance of the Dissident Daughter is also awesome for that.
I'm going to let it slide that Brian Langford has his hand in this story and it's not a crossover. I know that he's a real person. I know all of that.
He's a real person. And the Brian Langford that wrote Wicca Demystified is the Brian Langford in the book, Dragon Langford. He is, as a matter of fact, back during the original series, he actually showed up at a launch in Oklahoma with full facial dragon tattoos. It was fantastic.
That's
wow.
Amazing. But it's not a crossover, so stop it.
No, it's not. Stop it. It's not a crossover.
You'll get wronged.
On a motorcycle.
You'll get told off.
Yeah.
You'll get mam spit.
Oh, stop.
Let's wipe that idea off, shall
goodness.
we?
Oh, that's good. Do you want to ask our next question, Claire, or do you have anything that you want to add?
No, I'm fine. So restrictions are starting to lift. Yay! I hope everybody has their vaccinations in their arms.
Fully vaccinated.
Yay!
Yeah. Love me.
Well, as soon as
vaccine.
Kristin was fully vaccinated, Kristin and I drove down to Sonoma and we took a little girls' vacay. Like the day she was fully vaccinated, we left. And Kristin's on a writer's retreat right now. I'm still scared to fly, so I don't feel, but I'm a little older than Kristin. So yeah. So I'm not getting the Rona. Okay, so I am still kind of scared to fly. I'll eat outside now. I won't eat inside, and I'm scared to go to the movie theaters. And I don't mind saying that I'm scared. And even though Oregon is now 70% vaccinated, and so we've lifted restrictions, and Washington too, right? Washington is fully open, and I think California now with us too. The West Coast, the best coast.
Yes.
Now that that's all done, I am going outside to eat, but yesterday I had to run a bunch of errands and I had to go inside a couple different stores, and I don't feel weird at all just putting my mask on. I also don't want to get the flu this winter. And
right.
I like the fact that during this whole plague thing that we've been pretty much cold free. So
right. I hope that people will continue to wear masks, especially in cold and flu season. I'm going to.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed not getting a cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. all the restrictions are being lifted in the UK on the 19th of July, and quite honestly, I think it's a stupid idea. I'm not supportive of it at all. But then that can be said a lot of things that the UK government's done the last few years. But I'll still be wearing, regardless of what the restrictions say, I'll still be wearing my mask indoors. I don't mind outside so much because I don't go to like heavily populated areas. But inside, no, I've got some kick-ass masks. I'm wearing them. They're great.
And I have cool masks too. Yep.
It's nice not having the flu and feeling ill all the time. It's great. But I wouldn't get on a plane though.
So
too much recycled.
I have traveled by plane to the American South, and it is, they didn't wear masks anyway. So that, not gonna say anything about that except for, oh my god, fucking get vaccinated and wear your masks when you have to wear them. Please stop being stupid.
I mean,
yeah. But I flew, and the airplane was full, and it was not comfortable, but I survived.
Yay!
Kristin just got on it. How was your flight, Kristin?
I felt like it was fine. I'm a very much like, with everything, take care of myself person. I'm going to be the best human I can be, and if we each approached life in that way, we would have a lot less issues. So I'm not like going to police anybody else, and I just honestly don't, like, we've been fucking talking about it for like over a year. I don't want to talk, like, it's not my thing. I'm sort of like, they talk about pandemic fatigue, totally there. You do what you do, I will do what I do. I'm not going to be mad at you for it. You don't need to talk to me about it. Not you guys personally, like a generalized you. And like, I'll just keep going. So that's my thing.
Yeah. I really like your, like, be the best human that you can be. Like, that's one of my personal life goals. I have two. Don't be a garbage person.
Yes.
And two, right, don't be a garbage person. And two, always be great. Like, whatever your great is, always be great. Don't.
Yeah.
Just don't be a garbage person. Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's effective.
It is. It's simple and effective. I don't hurt anyone. Unless I make them purposefully feel awkward talking about clitorises.
Not again.
But it's fine. Clitorises and unicorn horns in inappropriate places. It's fine. It's totally fine. So what's coming up next? Kristin, are you working on more key books? Because I need them on my shelf.
Yeah, the Key to Fury comes out, oh god, I think maybe in May.
Awesome.
We still have a little while before it comes out. But yes, it's like finished. It is finished and everything. It is a real book.
It's really good too.
It's a real book.
It is a real book. So it'll be out in 2022.
Awesome.
With Omen's Bite comes out in 2022. April 2022.
Awesome.
Then I have Into the Mist is the first in my solo awesome, you guys will love it, apocalypse that I created during the apocalypse.
Yes, awesome.
I have one that I could deal with and that I got to control. My apocalypse is better than our apocalypse was. Well, maybe not for most men, but still, to me that is better. Than that Into the Mist comes out in July, and then Out of the Dawn will follow the next year. And Kristin and I both have secret projects that we're also working on right now that we can't say anything about yet.
Oh,
together
okay.
and separate.
Just the fact that they exist is what's important to me.
Definitely.
We'll probably hear about a together one in the next couple months. We'll have a cool announcement.
Awesome. Whatever it is, I'm sure Fictional Hangover will share it too much on social media.
Always. No such thing as too much.
That's what we do. All right. I can't, that's all the questions that we have. I can't believe, we just got through all this so quickly. It's
Oh, cool.
awesome. I love
Well,
it.
it's always a pleasure to join Fictional Hangover.
Yeah.
And
It's been a lot of fun.
I can't wait to see your Xena cosplay. So
Yay. Look
Yay.
out for that soon. I might accidentally send you pictures on Twitter.
Amazing.
Yay. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Can
Thank you.
tell everyone, I mean, we know because obsessed.
Stalkers.
Tell everyone where to find you and where they can learn all the details that they need to know that are upcoming.
I'm at pccastauthor.com is my website, and I have a blue check author page on Facebook, as well as official House of Night page on Facebook. On Twitter, I don't have my blue check there. I don't know why. They won't make me a real person, but
you are.
but I'm there. Okay.
You can find me on Instagram at kcastauthor and also at kcastauthor.com.
Excellent.
Awesome. Oh, I love talking to you two so much. So thanks for joining us pretty much every time we ask. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
That
Thanks
was
for having
cool.
us. It's always fun to talk to you guys. And I'm
Thank
sure
We'll talk to you next time.
Yay.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
So that's it for this bonus episode of Fictional Hangover. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Claire.
Join us next time as we discuss Blue is for Nightmares by Laurie Stolars. Look out for our Would You Rather polls on social media. Don't forget about our book club and monthly challenges on Facebook. Be sure to visit our shop on Redbubble at fictionalhangover.redbubble.com for all your favorite Fictional Hangover themed merchandise, and become a patron of ours on Patreon at patreon.com/fictionalhangover. Until next time, remember, the only cure for a fictional hangover is another book.
You can find us at fictionalhangover.com, follow us on Instagram at fictionalhangover, find us on Facebook at facebook.com/fictionalhangover, and on Twitter at fictionalhangover, no ER. If you'd like this episode, check out our others and rate, review and subscribe so you don't miss out. And finally, special thanks to Liz Emerson for our music. You can find her on Facebook and Patreon. Thanks for listening.